Let's continue our talk that we had last week, which was Scott's section.
We're going to go into my section?
Yeah, we're going to go into your section.
Get prepared.
Rant.
What the heck was that?
That was his Morse code.
That was the breaking news for Frank.
You're a little late on the breaking news. Oh my God, it's not breaking anymore.
I need some bow chicka wow wow.
That's right,
because
today,
he's doing buyer porn.
In your efforts to help manage expectations during the buying process, you teased us, no pun intended, last week about this week's section of managing expectations, and that is buyer porn.
Oh,
buyer porn.
Whoa.
Buyer porn. So let's tell everybody, Scott,
no, you're
exactly
you don't
what
have a cover.
home buyer porn is.
That's why I shook your left hand today, buddy.
Dude, wow, you guys.
I'm left-handed.
Oh, okay. Anybody got hand gel?
Scott, tell the people who right now are on the edge of their seats listening to their radios.
Oh, they're on the edge
they
of
turned
their
off.
seats. Yeah, they should have.
What is home buyer porn?
Hide the wife
Online
and children.
listings.
Online listings. So Trulia, Zillow, Realtor.com.
Searching for homes. Searching for homes online.
Searching for homes. So basically, it's called buyer porn because people are just addicted to doing it. Oh,
yeah, because you start looking at it and you're like clicking through pictures and you're drooling a little bit. It's 2 a.m. in the morning and, and you're just scrolling through.
I'm up all night looking
Not
at
that
houses.
I don't know what it's like to
Sure, that was pretty descriptive.
I read it somewhere.
In Playboy.
On an iPad.
A forum.
He read in the articles of Playboy.
Actually, he just looks online for the pictures. By the way.
That's exactly right.
No, I read the articles.
You do?
Always.
The real estate forum.
Wow, look at the size of that kitchen.
I actually have some valuable information here.
Is buyer porn good or bad for the home buyer process? Because we're supposed to be managing expectations here.
If you're managing your expectations, if you know what you're getting into, then if you know that picture's been photoshopped, then you're not going to fall in love.
How do you know a picture's been photoshopped? The whole point of photoshopping.
This is that's a Penthouse reference.
I got it.
Okay, so understanding what it is that you're looking at. So the first thing I want to start with is defining some terms. Okay, the first term that I want to define is MLS. You hear that word?
Right. Yeah.
It stands for multiple listing service. Okay, every time a real estate agent takes a listing to sell a house, they put it into one database, which is called the multiple listing service. What you also hear is IDX. Okay,
what's that stand for?
IDX stands for Internet Data Exchange.
Ooh, but exchange starts with an E.
No, man.
No.
What are you talking about?
Let's keep the train on.
I didn't make this stuff up. I'm just
Evan,
telling
you're in college.
Keep the train on the track.
What's the first letter in exchange?
Keep going, Scott.
A. Good. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
So IDX is it's industry speak. So it's like the jargon that sometimes you hear is you get it through an IDX. All an IDX is the way that properties get from the multiple listing service to consumers.
Got it.
Through an internet data exchange, so it gets to go out there. Then what you have is you have syndication sites. Okay, so the MLS and through an IDX, through an internet data exchange, through the multiple listing service is the only way you can see properties that are actually for sale. Then what you have is syndication sites, which will basically take properties, they'll take these properties and they'll republish them on other sites like Zillow and Trulia and even Realtor.com, but Realtor.com updates more often. So anything that you get, the reason why this is important,
thousands of syndication sites, right?
And the challenge is that in the world of internet marketing, that people still like to prey on consumers. So this is where they like to put the carrots out there and put the porn out there to get them to fall in love and leave their wife and their life gets wrecked or whatever. Then these things are
the analogies go on.
These are market. These are a lot of times it can be used as marketing tactics. So people will just put.
It's kind of like an escort service in many ways too.
Why don't you tell me more about that, Frank?
Why don't you meet me at this house, even though I've already got it?
You guys know we're going FM soon, and the FCC.
I learned all of this from Frank, and I feel dirty now. I do.
No, I'm just saying there are agents that why don't you meet me at this house and I'll show it to you, but they already know it's under contract. They're just trying to get the buyer there and take them somewhere else. You know?
Which is what we talked about, what we see on Craigslist as well.
Bait
people
and switch.
scooping
Craigslist,
other people's listings.
Yeah, Craigslist, there are actually gurus in the real estate industry
that teach this and people pay.
That make real estate agents pay them to teach them how to trick consumers by taking properties that aren't for sale and putting them up on Craigslist and putting them on websites.
These are the guys who say, I get 1,000 leads a month from Craigslist.
Exactly.
And one of them is good.
$4 million a year as a real estate agent.
Yeah, I make $4 million a year because all you have to do is give me $100 and I'll show you how to do it.
That's right. Because I really don't want it. Those handcuffs kind of hurt.
There's more than one sucker born every minute, I tell you. So that's a little bit about syndication sites. So your properties like Zillow and Trulia and Redfin, it's not that those properties were never for sale because they are. It's just that they're not updated as often as they should.
We've said this before, right? The only truly updated
is from your real estate agent.
Is the MLS.
And even the MLS will be behind sometimes.
It's through an IDX feed. It's through an internet data exchange feed that only your real estate agent can give you, that gives you direct access to the multiple listing service, which is the real-time updated
that's where the agents
database
to make a change or make an update, change a price. Oh my gosh, I said it was 3 bathrooms, it's actually 2.
Right.
So they go into the MLS and they make that change. So really that's the only true database because these syndication sites get it.
Only real estate agents that pay money for this internet data exchange, which is this tube, this communication channel, that's the only way they can extract that information out in real time.
And most agents can set you up on their personal MLS system that's linked to it, like listing book or HBM and things like that. But Scott's website. Scott hit it right on the head. I get at least 20 calls a month from people who are calling me about this newly listed property that I've had listed for a month already, and it's already been in escrow for 2 weeks.
Or you sold last year.
And they can't understand why it just came up. How could that be?
Yeah.
Herb and I were surfing last night, and I saw it on Trulia.
The AOL, the World Wide Web.
Hell, I'm calling you from deep in Arkansas, and I saw it on Zillow, and I know it's for sale.
Is that what they said? Bill Clinton does not
so I got
like
a couple other points I want to a couple other points about.
How did we get to Bill Clinton during a porn
He's from Arkansas.
reference?
That's not a leap.
No. That's not a leap. You're
not
right.
at all.
Okay, so in closing.
Well, I'm not ready to close.
Don't close.
We just spent.
I know you guys are wasting my time here. I've got valuable information.
We are entertaining the masses, Scott.
And it's not even a rant. That's amazing.
I know.
Okay,
close it out.
So knowing what to offer on a property. So if you're looking online and you're trying to find out what properties are worth or what homes are worth, knowing what to offer is a big part of that, or knowing what your home is worth. So this is one of the things that I just kind of wanted to bring up, is what you offer on a property or what a home is worth is what somebody would pay to live in a similar house with a similar square footage, similar amenities within a small proximity of the neighborhood. That's what your home is worth, is what somebody already paid recently to live in a house just like that. And then my last point on all of this is Zillow's estimates. Okay, on home values.
Boy. Now the rant.
On home values. No, this isn't a rant.
It's zesty.
Plus or minus 30K.
It's understanding. No, there's actually
these guys
there's
are
a
full
chart.
of shit.
No, there.
Wow.
We are going straight.
It's like Chadap, but
I get it. We get it.
Yeah.
We're so.
We get it.
This is so bad.
We are
so if you look up Zestimate accuracy rates, they actually have a chart by city or by metropolitan area on what their margin of error is.
It's like 20%.
Oh, it's worse.
No, I always whenever I look at it, I'm like plus or minus 30K.
Okay,
I actually have it. Okay, LA County. 82.7%. No, listen. This is okay.
Margin of error plus or minus 82.7%.
82.7% of their Zestimates are within 20% of the actual sales price.
Oh my God.
That's great, isn't it?
That's just way too much.
Let me repeat that. 82.7% of the Zestimates of the value are within 20% of the sales price, the actual sales price.
How many are within 5%?
None.
None? Okay.
It was a lot lower than that.
There you go.
Like 57.
But doesn't that, I mean, Frank, you're a real estate agent, so I have to ask you this question. Doesn't that present somewhat of an issue for you when Betty and Fred from deep in the woods call you up and say, my house is worth $240,000. I saw it on Zillow.
Yeah.
And then you
Where
find
are you selling properties?
Then you find out it's worth like $180,000.
Oh,
and they're like, no, then you can't sell my house.
It happens all the time. And, the best thing for you to do is give them a professional CMA, which is a comparative market analysis yourself from you, a professional, not a website. And show them, put it on the table. Show them the homes that sold in the past 6 months. Like Scott said, I usually use a 0.6 mile radius.
Yeah.
With home with a similar square footage, similar lot size, similar upgrades, condition, all that.
No offense, Frank, but by then it's too late because Betty and Fred are like, no, you're lying to me. I'm going over and get somebody else.
And Betty and Fred also do the same thing when they're trying to refinance.
I know.
They say, no, but my home's worth this much.
So understanding this is managing expectations, understanding what you're getting into, looking at it. It's a great idea to see
He's getting a little bit of a twang there.
It's a great idea.
Betty twang.
I'm from Michigan, so I've heard I had an accent.
Are you really?
Take off, eh?
What part of the mitt?
Right there.
Right there.
Really?
That's good radio right there.
That's good radio.
What part of the mitt?
I'm from Michigan.
Yeah. So there you go. Managing expectations.
There you go. Hey, what are we going to – next week we're going to continue managing expectations. What are you going to tease us with this week? Not that it could ever match home buyer porn, but –
Making an offer.
Oh, that kind of goes right along, doesn't it?
Hey.
$200.
There's a method to
There's a method to this madness. Way to go. Managing expectations. Thank you very much for that.